Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you must be doing good, inshallah. It's me, Anjum Akil, at your own channel, English Lounge with Anjum. So, our today's topic is pedagogical implications of CDA.
Pedagogical is related to education or teaching, and implications means assumptions or conclusions or connotations. So here are some points that CDA implicates. First is aim of CDA is to expose the hidden part of discourse or the layered meaning, or we can say the meaning between the lines. CDA provides awareness, vision, or judgment about discursive structure of various texts with their socio-political effects. Here, discursive structure of the text means a text, or we can say discourse, either it is spoken or written, burdened or laden with ideology. So, CDA also provides information about the ideologies that are layered in the text. Discourse analysts want their readers or listeners to explore the deeper meanings of the text, but not only tip of the ideological iceberg. This line, or we can say idiom, is quoted by Van Dyck, who was a professor of discourse analysis. So, by this, he means that to expose only the small part of much larger problem that remains hidden. It is more clear in this displayed picture that the tip of the iceberg is a smaller part only, and the hidden part that is not shown, it is much larger. So, according to analysts, one should not only touch the tip of the iceberg, but the whole ideology should be exposed with its hidden meanings and purposes. Because not any of the text is neutral, they have different ideologies for supporting something or someone. Here we can take example of Heart of Darkness that we have read in our third semester. Apparently, it is a novel in favor of Africans who were colonized and suppressed. But when we critically analyze that novel, we come to know that it is a racist novel. It means that it is having an ideology of racism. So the hidden part of that writer was something else. Like he was trying to tell that Africans don't have any culture, they don't have any ideology, they don't have any language, and so on. But apparently, it was something else. Another implication of CDA is that a reader should be aware of different aspects of that of text production, like what is writer's socio-political background, in which type of socio-political circumstances writer lives, or in which circumstances he lived while writing this text. Then the historical settings and the cultural tendencies means which type of certain values or beliefs he or she has, I mean the writer has. In discourse or discourse analysis, language plays vital role. So here another implication of CDA is that language is very strong factor in promoting ideologies, institutions, nationalistic self-glorification, fallacious arguments, demolishing of minority languages, specifying religious and political taboos, political conflicts, suppression of minorities, distorting the realities, construction and imposition of ideologies, and so on. So, we see use of language has both the positive and negative aspects. People use language to build or to promote ideologies. Like if we take example of political slogans, they use language, or we can say catchy words to hit our mind, so that we think according to them. Then here is nationalistic self-glorification, means feeling of superiority. Then fallacious arguments. Fallacious arguments are invalid or unjustified arguments, arguments that cannot be justified. For example, if a dog thinks that a cat has 4 legs and I have also 4 legs, I might be cat, not a dog. So, through the use of language, fallacious arguments are also promoted. Then demolishing of minority languages. Demolishing means to destroy, and minority languages are those languages that are spoken by less than 50% of the population. So in Pakistan, some minority languages are Punjabi, Sindhi, Saraiki, Pashto, Balochi, Hindko, Baruhi, and many other languages. So, linguists estimate that about 50% of the languages spoken today will disappear in the next 100 years. Some says that up to 90% of today's languages will disappear by 2115. So, this is the role of dominant language. Then, after demolishing of minority languages, specifying religious and political taboos. Taboos means prohibitions. Taboo is something a culture considers forbidden. For example, religious taboo is the concept of haram based on Quran, like murders, cursing, and disobedience of parents, drinking alcohol, like like this picture that is displayed in front of you, a man holding a card with a message that fear Allah, don't drink or sell alcohol, stand for Sharia. So this is a religious taboo. Political taboo is you can say that you cannot misuse your power. And then suppression of minorities means to abolish or to defeat minorities, distorting the realities. That is something important, and we already have discussed in our fourth semester before METS. Distorting the realities means here we can take example of media. They portray the things as the establishment wants. They mold the words according to their own will. So language plays role in distorting the realities or facts. So we saw some basic implications by CDA, that how CDA analyze the text, or how they say that one should analyze the text and should consider the political, social, cultural, and historical context. That's all from my side. That these are my submissions. Thank you so much.